Hi guys, sorry to inflict Anne Widdecombe upon you, but it looks like the Reform UK party is planning to take on the Tories at the next general election. Anne, a former member of the Brexit party and a former Tory, says she joined to protect the union. Yes. Now, allegedly, Reform, unlike the previous Brexit party, is going to stand candidates in every constituency and will challenge Tory, Labour and Lib Dems alike. Have a listen to this.
Well, it isn't only I who've joined the Reform Party. This morning, 11 of the former Brexit MEPs have joined the Reform Party. In my case, it's because I want to save the Union. Northern Ireland has been comprehensively betrayed. We have the awful Theresa May deal with which Boris then tinkered, and now Rishi has tinkered with the tinkering and has told us things which are completely unsustainable, such as, for example, he says Northern Ireland can refuse EU law if it doesn't like it. No, it can't. If you actually look at all the hedging about and qualification of what is called the Stormont break, it can't do any such thing. And I do believe in the Union, and leaving Northern Ireland in the EU while the rest of us come out was not what was promised.
Okay, Northern Ireland is not part of the EU, but we already know that. It's part of the single market and the customs union, and it's specifically part of the single market when it comes to goods. But that's just a side issue, and this is, of course, all a side issue. The Reform Party don't have any real policy on the NHS. They don't have any real policy on Northern Ireland, on Brexit, or any of these things, because the Reform Party, Reform UK Party, will not be in government unless something really strange happens, but it's very unlikely that they will be in government. Not impossible, but very unlikely. But it's not about being in government. It's not about pushing through policies. It's not about defending the union. It's not about the NHS or education. It's about pushing the Conservatives more to the right. There are business interests that understand that they can extract concessions, in a sense, from the Conservatives, from the Tories when they're in government. They want lower taxes. They want fewer protections for workers. This is all economic at the end of the day. But you need a party like the Reform Party to push the Conservatives to the right. Now, how do you push them to the right? Well, you start talking about privatization of the NHS. Oh, the NHS isn't working. Richard Tice, before this, at the press conference, was asked about how he would bring down waiting lists, and he talked about relying on the private sector. He would talk about bringing waiting lists down to zero. Of course, he's not going to have to do that because he won't be in power. But this is about pushing the Conservatives in a particular direction. More privatization. And to a certain extent, maybe even the Labour Party. This Reform UK Party, I believe, is not about winning power. It's about influencing politics. And what do the backers of it want, I believe, is to reduce regulations which are there, of course, to protect consumers and workers, remove protections for the environment, for example, and to lower taxation for millionaires and billionaires. It's not about ordinary people. It's not about the union. It's not even about Brexit, because they will not be able to influence power, but they will be able to influence the election. So if the Tories are afraid of the Reform Party either winning seats, which I don't think is going to happen, but more likely splitting the vote, then they're going to try and move more to the right. And that's what it's been about. You're going to hear a lot about the union and culture wars and stuff like that, but that's all a vehicle to drive a wedge on the right between traditional Tory supporters and ones who believe that maybe we should actually vote for these guys because we're sick of hearing about woke, or we're worried about Northern Ireland, or we're worried about whatever. Look, when it comes to Northern Ireland, we know that the vast majority of people in Northern Ireland support the protocol, support the continuation of Northern Ireland's position when it comes to the single market. Businesses are happy with the protocol or the Windsor framework. But this is, once again, I believe, about pushing more and more of pushing the Conservatives more to the right, especially on economics. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.